Within more than 3 years since the outbreak of the conflict in Syria, the human cost, of course, is staggering. But the conflict's also threatening other aspects of Syrian life, like its centuries-old heritage. In Syria, ancient treasures caught in the crossfire of modern battle. There are 6 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Syria, some nearly 2,000 years old. Most are well preserved and untouched for centuries. Now they're among the victims of more than 3 years of civil war. In Syria's cultural heart, Aleppo, a bustling souk, the remains of an 800-year-old medieval market once drew locals and tourists in droves. 2 years ago, fierce fighting left it ravaged by fire within hours. Roman ruins, now even more ruined. The colonnaded streets and Temple of Palmyra, once Syria's most popular tourist destination, where visitors could ride a camel and marvel at the craftsmanship of the site's Greco-Roman rulers. Now damaged by artillery. And the only visitors, it seems, in this amateur video CNN can't verify are military vehicles driving over land near this treasured monument. Another of Syria's magnificent sites, Crac de Chevalier, a 12th century crusader castle, now a stronghold by fighters on all sides of Syria's war. The site and nearby village have been shelled repeatedly and now bear the scars of ongoing violence. Just some of Syria's and the world's ancient wonders, once revered and cherished, now looted, damaged, and destroyed. More than 2 million refugees have fled Syria since 2011. Here in Dubai, one gallery is trying to help out in a small but important way, getting some of Syria's painters and sculptors and their art out of the conflict, and that's no easy task, as John Jensen discovered.
This is Safwan Dahoul's dream. A wide-eyed woman, oil on canvas, painted in shades of gray. This is another of his dreams, and another. In fact, this prominent Syrian artist calls each of his pieces the same thing, dream. He had many, many more back home in Damascus, but those dreams got left behind when he fled the war to Dubai in 2012. I left with only one small bag, thinking I'd return to Syria after just a short time, he says. But that was a year and a half ago. Like many of the more than 2 million Syrians displaced abroad since the outbreak of war 3 years ago, Dahoul left without most of his belongings. For Syria's leading artists, that can mean priceless paintings and a lifetime of work, all at risk of destruction. That's where Hisham Samawi comes in.
Wow, this is amazing. Came out really, really nice.
He's a Dubai-based art collector, working to preserve Syria's modern art culture, one that had been gaining momentum until the war. He and his cousin Khaled run the Ayyam Gallery, showcasing art from around the region, but mainly Syria, where they're from. Once headquartered in Damascus, they too had to relocate the gallery because of war.
The moment, we heard there was some sort of, trouble starting in Syria, Khaled, my partner, and I, we said, look, we had a discussion, and we said, we need to set a plan in motion, because if this thing turns ugly, we're not going to have time to do this later.
First, Ayyam converted their Damascus gallery into a refuge for artists. They also helped over a dozen leave. People like 33-year-old Tammam Azzam. They moved him and his family to Dubai, providing visas, jobs, and airfare. Moving all these artists was costly, yes, but Samawi says worth it.
We feel like we're a family in Ayyam, so it was never even an option that we're going to cut our ties and go on.
They also rescued the art, carefully filling 2 shipping containers and moving it all to this massive warehouse in Dubai. Samawi not only helped Dahoul leave Syria, he also got many of the painters' old dreams out too.
One of the benefits of what we've kind of been doing is to kind of continue the legacy of Syrian culture and Syrian art, and to be able to kind of share it with the world.
But it's not just about the preservation of heritage, it's about money. Because these days, Middle Eastern art is big business, especially at Art Dubai, the region's largest fair for contemporary and modern art. This is the Ayyam Gallery's pavilion at Art Dubai. It's very crowded here, a lot of shoppers looking to buy something from the Middle East, whether it's Lebanese sculpture or Iraqi painting. There's Iraqi photography here, and of course, Syrian paintings. This one, Safwan Dahoul's Dream. The gallery says it sold it on the first day for $150,000. Observers say that turmoil and lack of accessibility, not just in Syria but in other Arab Spring countries like Egypt and Tunisia, drives demand.
It's because they have a message, it's because they're reflecting back what's happening in their regions. Essentially, they're holding a mirror back to society and saying, this is what's happening around me, and do you see what it is that's going on? Do you see what I see?
Dahoul says that despite his recent artistic success, the transition hasn't been easy. His life and art have completely changed. His dreams today, more blurry, more broken, and more than ever, focused on home.
We'll keep you posted on both those artists on our website, cnn.com/IME.